Here once again from San Antonio with another countdown to the Cup. I'm Joaquin Jaime alongside Caleb Keller, who's back from Keeneland Racecourse. And on Monday, the post-position draw for all 13 championship races did take place, with the most anticipated being the $5 million Breeders' Cup Classic. A lot of anticipation because California Chrome, their connections wanted to draw to the outside, and I don't think they were disappointed.
Yeah, they got what they wanted, and luckily once the post position are drawn, we don't have to look at the pre-entries anymore because the handicappers out there kind of get tired of just looking at the entries on paper. So we've got the fields lined up, and in terms of California Chrome, I mean, sometimes the connections are a little coy with, you know, what position they want to be in, but they really made no fuss about it. They said they wanted to be in the outside gate, and when you're drawn towards the outside of Moreno and Byron, that's pretty much the perfect spot for California to stalk.
And how do you see this pace scenario playing out? Because we know Moreno's very quick. I don't know if Byron's going to be necessarily going to be able to keep up in the early stages. Do you think with Share Belief to the outside of them as well, seems like those two are going to be the quickest and they just go on with it?
Yeah, you never know. I mean, the riders can get tactical in a race like this. You do have two speed horses. Now, the key is if something were to happen in the next few days and somebody were to scratch, now Big Casanova gets in from the 14, then it could be a waylay for the lead. But in terms of Moreno and Byron, maybe somebody will try to get a little crafty and not push the engine too hard early on. But I think the key is if Big Casanova would get in, then it certainly changes everything.
Well, a good post draw for Share Belief. Champion 2-year-old from last year. He's 8 for 8 for Jerry Hollendorfer. And a good post position draw on 13 for our Kentucky Derby and Preakness winner, California Chrome. Now, good post draws for them. Any top contenders that also have favorable draws in your mind?
I really thought the big winner was obviously in the mile. We know that he's got all that blazing early speed. He gets the two posts, and you would hope for an inside post. But also when you take a look at the field, look at the other two speed horses. They're drawn towards the outside. You have the 11 is Syed and the 13 Tourist. Now both of these horses, they like to be close to the lead. I don't think they have anywhere close to the raw ability or natural speed as Obviously. So when you think about it, if Obviously gets the lead early on, it's going to take a while for Julian Leparoux or Rosie Napravnik to even cut over on the field and press him early on. Obviously, he's not a horse that's afraid to open up a clear lead. So I could see him opening up 3, 4, maybe even 5 lengths like he's done in his first few starts here at Santa Anita this year. So he's going to be very tough to catch.
Yeah, I think at least in the distaff, the biggest race on Friday, I think it really worked out for Close Hatches and Untappable. Untappable drew post 10 of 11, Close Hatches post 11 of 11. You have Val Gallanty and Tiz Midnight, a couple others that have some speed down towards the inside. Untappable, not as quick as Close Hatches, I think, but good outside draws for them. Now, on the flip side of that, any top contenders that you think did not necessarily get an ideal draw?
We'll stay in the mile division. I thought the Seek Again actually got a pretty tough post from the outside because when you look at Seek Again, he's one of those horses, he likes taking cover, he likes running along the inside, and his best races, he's made a huge rally up the fence. So for him to be drawn towards the outside, even off of that disappointing effort at Keeneland, I think he had a lot of excuses coming out of there, had a rough trip, came out of the race fresh. So I thought Seek Again was a major player, but being drawn towards the outside, you got those front runners up on the lead. I thought it was a really tough post for him from the 12.
And in the Breeders' Cup Sprint, for me, a horse that I've liked is Private Zone. He drew post position 5, but there's some very quick horses to his outside. Fast Anna, we saw a very quick work just a couple days ago here at Santa Anita, and then Work All Week. I know a horse that you're familiar with, winning a Greatest Stakes over at Keeneland most recently. Those horses are very quick to his outside. Not a great draw for him. I don't think it's going to be that bad, but just something that's not ideal for Private Zone. Obviously, he's a very quick horse, a 109 gate drill the other day, slowed it down with a nice 49 drill with Martin Pedroza. But he's going to be a horse that from that inside slot, he's going to have to go as well. So we'll see how it plays out, but a draw that's not necessarily ideal for Private Zone and trainer Alfredo Velasquez. Well, we are officially into Breeders' Cup week, but there still is time to take advantage of our Breeders' Cup sign-up bonus. Wager 200, get 150 right back. For all the remaining details, head to TVG, 4NJ Bets, and PABets.com.